Obviously, I would watch Venom Let There Be Carnage today. And this film is 10 times better than the first Venom movie, obviously. Um, this film is more bombastic and more entertaining than the first one. Um, it's not a great movie. The film is a bit too fast. It's a bit too short, and it does not have that much development or story. But I feel like the movie doesn't care. It just wants you to entertain you so bad. It feels like a mid 90s B movie. That's what it is. A mid 90s B movie. A fun one to be exact. Even if I have a hard time to name a movie like that. That's why I felt like watching this movie. It really does. The film has still has a bunch of great performances. Tom Hardy, of course, it does a decent job as both Eddie Brock and Venom. And when they separate, after a massive argument about how Eddie wants to have a life without Venom, and Venom has a hard time not trying having following the rules to not eat humans. They separate where Venom takes over bodies of teenagers that unfortunately die until Miss Chang, and then then Annie Wemming again for a bit, where we have a bit of She Venom, and then they both reunite to stop Carnage, and a very awesome action sequence that's easily the best part of the movie. It is a very fun action sequence and a very pick to see Venom versus Carnage on the big screen. Um, and they go to Mexico, and then they travel to the MCU where they get interest in Spider-Man. That will unfortunately, in a post-credit scene that just sends them back to the SSE to the Sony universe. But Tom Hardy overall does a decent job. Although sometimes I feel like his voice as Venom gets a little too high, because a lot of times he really yells loud, like it's a red one. How dare you? That's how I felt. Like he is way a bit too loud as Venom. It just kind of I didn't annoyed me or bothered me, but this is kind of a nitpicky that I've pointed out ever since the trailer. When I first saw the trailer, it feels a little too loud on it. I mean, I feel like Tom Hardy is trying to give his all his energy as the character, which is kind of cool. But I feel like he doesn't have to put too much energy, because Woody Harrelson does have already has enough energy for his performance in this movie. He is really, really awesome in this movie. Cletus Cassidy is a very fun villain, especially since he doesn't care about what's going on, about what he was doing when he first transformed to Carnage and kill people. He doesn't feel like he doesn't get freaked out and questions what Carnage is, or gets shocked about his abilities. He is just really into it for immediately. And with Shriek, she's also really get excited to get out of the out of the place that she felt trapped in, and felt free with Cletus Cassidy for them to get married and kill Venom. Like their scenes, especially the car fight scene, is a lot of fun. That scene was a lot of fun. That movie, like this movie, kind of knows what it is. It's a very dumb fun action movie. Yeah, I'm really proud that the movie did that. I also thought the movie with Miss Chen with Venom is hilarious. And Michelle Williams, it does has some has some decent scenes there and there, and the setup with the next symbiote human character, which I think was called gosh, what's the character's name? Um, but it's the detective that hinting that at the end hints at like he has symbiote abilities. Oh, it's the toxic, yeah. Though I don't know if he will be in the movie in the Venom: The Last Dance. Um, and also it's interesting that this movie is directed by Andy Serkis since he's going to be the voice of Noel, who's gonna be a big important thing in The Last Dance, and hintingly at other projects. Um, I also thought the party scene was kind of weird because I feel like nobody in the crowd understands what Venom was talking about because he gives a speech about Eddie and aliens with respect, and everyone's like, "Whoa, yeah, awesome costume!" But I don't think they understand what they're talking about because I feel like in real life, because I feel like they would be like, what is he talking about? Like, literally. That's how that scene was kind of hilarious, but that moment with the crowd, that was odd. Um, but for the most part, Venom Let There Be Carnage is as a superior and more entertaining sequel than the first one. And the CGI has improved a little bit. I don't think it needs to be perfect, but it looks decent, especially on Carnage. He looks incredible. Yeah, that's my Halloween 2024 of October 25th. Venom, let there be carnage!